question that marijuana has been a long-standing issue of controversy in American society and throughout the world. Its uses are endless, it's routinely referenced in popular culture, and some of our brightest minds have advocated its use. Yet there's an underlying stigma in regards to the negative aspects of marijuana use. So one question remains: should marijuana be legalized? So what is it?
I think that
Marijuana is derived from the plant genus cannabis, which consists of three strains: sativa, indica, and ruderalis. Marijuana refers to the usage of the plant for medicinal and recreational purposes, but cannabis does much more. Hemp, one of the most valuable cash crops in the world, comes from cannabis. It's been grown for thousands of years in China and other areas in East Asia, and can be grown anywhere. Henry Ford's Model T was originally designed to run on ethanol fuel made from hemp. Hemp was also used to make a wide variety of materials ranging from ropes and sails to even clothes. Hemp clothes were UV protective, antibacterial, and much stronger in comparison with cotton. Hemp paper was also created, lasting much longer than normal paper, and in fact, our Constitution was written on hemp paper. In 1937, the Marijuana Tax Act was created, in essence making marijuana and hemp the same thing in the eyes of the law. This was based on reports from the Federal Bureau of Narcotics, who derived their data from newspapers owned by William Randolph Hearst, a man notorious for faking interviews and distorting events in order to release sensational stories. Coincidentally, Hearst had a significant financial stake in the timber industry, making him biased against hemp. So why is it illegal? Marijuana became illegal with the government citing health and public safety concerns. Many hazardous health effects have been directly associated with marijuana and its potent chemical, THC. THC attaches itself to receptors in the brain, causing a high, but also causing other side effects in the brain. Difficulty with memory, learning, problem-solving, motivation, interest, and pursuing personal goals have been found to occur in people using marijuana. Furthermore, people found to chronically use the drug have been known to be at higher risk for depression and schizophrenia. Marijuana and THC are also notorious for negatively affecting the rest of the body as well. Immune system suppression, bronchitis, emphysema, bronchial asthma, cancer of the facial area, neck, lung, and respiratory tract, and even withdrawal symptoms have all been found associated with marijuana use. In addition, marijuana smoke has been found to contain 50 to 70% more carcinogenic hydrocarbons than tobacco smoke. The gateway drug theory is also something advocates cite against marijuana use. This theory claims that marijuana allows people to familiarize themselves with drugs and the illegal drug system, which makes them feel more comfortable using more dangerous drugs such as LSD, methamphetamines, and cocaine. Currently, the Obama administration believes that drug use is a major public health threat and invests $23.4 billion in fighting the U.S. drug war. Marijuana remains illegal, for now. Why are there advocates for legalization? Experts say marijuana has many serious side effects when the amount of usage crosses a limit, but marijuana is much less toxic and leads to less violence than alcohol. Marijuana also causes much less damage to the lungs than cigarettes do. According to one report, it would take over 800 joints to kill a person, and the cause of death would be carbon monoxide poisoning. With that being said, it seems as if alcohol and cigarettes are worse off for consumers than marijuana is. Legalizing marijuana would spur great economic growth. Here's what Dr. Brown had to say.
The costs of outlawing marijuana, I think, greatly outweigh the benefits. Well, you know, you can have a misdemeanor possession of marijuana, 1 year in jail. What's the cost of keeping a person in jail for a year? You can have felony possession of marijuana. You could be in jail for up to 10 years. That's a huge cost to taxpayers for something that's probably not that much of a risk. And the long run costs of that are, you now have a criminal record. You might have trouble finding a job. There's more chances that you now are going to have to be dependent on the government for part of your living. So the costs of this are huge. And with the legalization, you could sort of replace it with a system of markets. You could have taxation on it. So legalizing would do two things. Economically, it would greatly decrease costs: incarceration, law enforcement, for example, war on drugs. And depending on the tax structure you put on marijuana, you could raise revenues as well.
Medical marijuana is also a major contributor for legalization efforts. It is most evident in chemotherapy treatment and is recognized treatment for several medical disorders. Among these, depression and ADHD patients have shown encouraging results after the use of marijuana. Not only will it help patients, but it will also be another prescription drug the government would be able to raise revenue from its taxes. Where is our society heading? The American society is in the midst of a cultural change. With the prominence of marijuana within popular culture, the truth that the substance has become submersed within societal norms is unavoidable. Not only are popular societal figures caught with it and musicians singing about it, but influential leaders such as Olympian Michael Phelps, former President Bill Clinton, and current President Barack Obama have publicly admitted to marijuana use, regardless of inhaling or not.
I experimented with marijuana a time or two, and I didn't like it, and didn't inhale, and never tried it again.
I inhaled frequently. That was the point.
Therefore, with all of the attention marijuana has garnered throughout history, where is the American society heading in regards to marijuana legalization now? Even though federal authorities continue to prohibit marijuana, baby boomers and a more youthful and progressive electorate appear to be headed in the opposite direction, instigating reform in the authorities' approach to marijuana use, which has resulted in the incarceration of 500,000 people, costing taxpayers a tremendous amount of money. Furthermore, the drug war has resulted in racially biased arrests, absorbed the authorities' crucial attention, and enriched the Mexican drug lord. In light of the recent reforms in Colorado and Washington, for the first time since cannabis prohibition was enacted 75 years ago, individuals will not be arrested or incarcerated for recreational marijuana use. In the long term, the presence of these referendums could, in fact, seriously challenge the federal government's long-standing policy towards narcotics. For example, Massachusetts voters have eliminated criminal and civil penalties for those using marijuana for debilitating medical conditions, and therefore joined 16 other states which have moved to legalize medical marijuana, and furthermore, advocates are looking to California, Oregon, Alaska, Maine, and Nevada, states which have previously passed medical marijuana initiatives, as the next arena in the battle for full legislation. Furthermore, public pressure is also increasing at the municipal level within cities such as New York, where drug busts have taken a tremendous toll on minority communities and are depleting police resources. In fact, Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel has supported efforts to decriminalize marijuana possession offenses. Therefore, is the government prepared to accept a shifting political climate? With individuals resolutely coming together and expressing their frustrations and desires more strongly than ever before, will the government be able to maintain its firm stance against marijuana legalization, considering rapidly changing public thought concerning the issue? Interestingly, Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper is, in fact, against marijuana legalization, yet recently stated that you can't argue with the will of the voters.